Hello guys, today we are going to discuss about object-oriented programming and its most basic element, that is classes and objects. So in case of object-oriented programming, languages like Python, C++, Java, C Sharp and much more, they follow object-oriented programming concept. And this concept, it is comprised of lot many things like encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, and you will find it very helpful in programming paradigm. Object-oriented programming is most safest way of writing program and most durable stuff which you can find with the help of object-oriented programming. So let us start with understanding what is class and what is object. Very first or primary thing right here is, like, for example, we are taking one class, okay, and class name is suppose it is a mobile class, and we are planning to launch a new mobile phone. So very first thing which is required for it is its architecture or its blueprint or its prototype. So these things come into picture, and when we finalize that, what should be the operating system, what should be the processor, RAM, and lot many other things, motherboard and other stuff. So we conclude the design of that particular mobile. Then we assemble it, and then that mobile goes for testing purpose. When it successfully completed all the testing process, that architecture is prepared and ready to launch in the market. So this particular architecture is called as class. When we talk about class, class is the basic structure, and I will say basic blueprint of whatever logic you are developing and designing it in the form of a class. When you are ready with class, then you can create any number of objects of that particular class. Same for the mobile phone. So once its design is finalized, everything is finalized, and it is well to go for production line, you can create millions of copies of it, and you can throw it into market and available for user to use it. Okay, so object is instance of class. Object is instance of class, and you can user can have any kind of class, and according to that particular class, you can have that functionality multiplied any number of times. So here you can see the example. We have one class with design, information and everything, and we have total 9 objects of that particular class or same class. Okay, so very basic example for a class is, like, we are creating a class, mobile class, and this mobile class is of it contains one variable x, and it is containing the type of that particular mobile phone. And then I'm creating mobile underscore obj1 object from this particular class. That is my mobile class which I have created in the previous statement. And then I'm accessing that variable inside that class. So I'm getting this particular output right here. So this is like one of the most basic structure of class which you can find. Although we haven't used any actual features which are available for class in case of Python language. We haven't used it in this particular scenario. But yes, we can add those things down the line. Now, here in this particular example, what we are doing is we are taking class, and in this we have one function that is init. Okay, we are going to talk about init function, and we will talk about it more in detail, and we will also see parameter that is self. Okay, apart from self, we are passing model, processor, RAM, internal memory, and external memory, and then we are creating or I will say I am passing these values, that is model, processor, RAM, to these variables. Okay, self represents my class. Okay, so self means I am instantiating my class, and I am using this particular within my program. Okay, and init is a special function which is used in each and every class, and without that you cannot have a class uh, which is like be used for a number of operations throughout your work. Okay, so right here you can see that we have these parameters. Now I am creating a obj underscore cl underscore mob1 object, and I am passing parameter to this particular class, and then I am printing this particular. So using object, I am calling my mobile model, my mobile processor, my mobile RAM, my mobile internal memory, and mobile external memory, and I am displaying that particular thing. So this is all happening due to these two things. First one is self parameter. So class method must have an extra first parameter. In the method definition, we do not give a value for this parameter when we call the method. If you have a method that takes no argument, then we still have one argument, that is self, and it is similar to the concept of pointer in C or C++, and also as a reference in Java. And when we call a method of this object, like I am passing my method, I am passing my argument, this automatically convert by Python into my class, and the self will take the value, and self will be considered to be class object. Self parameter is referred to the current instance of class and is used to access variable that belongs to that class. It does not have to be named self. You can call it wherever like, but it has to be first parameter in your function. Okay, so its position should be very first position, and self should be default one. Default one means if there is no other argument, self should be part of it. Then next one is init, which is we are using it as initial function for our class. So all class has a function called as init, which is always executed when the class is initiated, and use init function to assign value to object properties and other operations that necessary to do when object has been created. So my init is like one of the important method or function which is required in it. Let us see one more example right here. We are taking same stuff Only difference is we are adding one more function inside it. This function is of type my mobile, and I'm passing parameter as self. And in this, you can see that we have all the values which we are initiating in the previous INIT, and then I'm simply creating one object of this, that is object underscore cl underscore mob2, and I am calling the function my mobile. So in this way, it is displaying the value as well as it is also displaying the complete message, which we are whatever we are looking for right here. So I hope you understood this particular concept properly, and like this is like very initial thing. In next video, next session, we are going to see inheritance, then polymorphism, then encapsulation, then abstraction, then whatever other things which are there. So we are going to cover everything with respect to object-oriented programming. So guys, just do like this video and give thumbs up, as well as please subscribe the video. Thank you very much.